Ready, down, hut.
Welcome to the NFL Week 3 review for the CPCC 2016-17 main event. This episode is rated F for foul language, not by me, but by some of the movie clips, and probably by AJ. Sorry, got ahead of myself. What is going on? Oh my God, the shark is back. Right away, scene one. I know you were asking. He's getting that baby again. What is that all about? Wait, it is not the baby? It is the first slide of our dud spot of the week. Oh my gosh. I am the weatherman. Tropical Storm Gurley is headed right for AJ's house. That is strike 2 for him. I predicted it. This was a clip from last week's episode right at the beginning. Right away, I called it. Just call me Bip the Weatherman. I'm here for your NFL Week 3 in review. We got our little Mr. Potato Head Rams throwing left-handed. So right away, we know who our dud spot of the week. Week 3, that is back-to-back AJ. AJ lost in Survivor.
The bases are loaded. He shakes off the sign. Now he's ready. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out! Get fucking out!
He's got a close matchup going on tonight with Atlanta and New Orleans. And last I checked, middle of the pack in confidence. Only one to get a strike this week. That is our dud spot of the week, week 3. There he is.
Look over here. Excuse me, Veronica.
Yes, what is it, Brick?
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the pants party.
Excuse me?
The party. The pants with the pants. Party with pants.
Brick, are you saying that there's a party in your pants and that I'm invited?
That's it.
Did Brian tell you to say this, Brick?
Oh, it is Survivor. Woo! Miami. Saved me. Rough day for them, though. Jafer. I will miss watching him pitch. Good pitcher. Moving on. 3-0. Bip. Here is our first standings update. How exciting. So exciting, I had a tweet about it. Over here, we got the owners, their team names. If your team name is not this, let me know. I'll change it. If you have something different on each page, change it to this so that we can keep track of what's going on. So we can plug your name right in that slot when you finish the contest.
Angie, this right here is a map of downtown Saginaw, and this construction is happening along North Michigan, starting at Houghton Avenue and going all the way to State Avenue. Drivers are down to the single lane.
Down here, tiebreakers. If somebody else would have gone out the same week AJ did, we would have looked back to see who went the longest without a strike. That would determine who finished in 12th and in 11th. If that was a tie, it would split the points between 11th and 12th. That's Survivor. Confidence, it's most wins. So most points wins you the contest. Most wins wins you the tiebreaker. Fantasy football is your playoff seed. Can't think of a playoff fantasy tiebreaker yet because it is based on points. So maybe I plug a tiebreaker in there somehow if two people are tied. So I will get to that. When I get to that, it is your main event standings. Overall, we have our 12th place. He can barely fit in the box there. That's what she. Keep going. There he is, 12th. And then, oh, these guys, what am I doing giving them second? Slide them up. It is a big tie up there at the top with everybody else. I'll update those. And I think when the contests get over, what I'll do is I will post the standings on our webpage so you can check that out whenever you want. Otherwise, I'll include them in the video once or twice a week. Going to try to put out 2 this week. Here's our review, then coming our preview. Here's a look at AJ's fantasy team. It's actually not too bad. How about Marvin Jones Jr. going off? But take a look at this stat line from Terrell Pryor. He was 3 for 5 as a quarterback for 35 yards. He rushed for 21 yards on 4 attempts. And then as a receiver, he had 8 receptions for 144 yards. It was the first person to put up that stat line ever, I guess. Do all 3 things. Pretty crazy. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. It brings us to another interesting segment. It is your most interesting tot of the week, Terrell Pryor. AJ is cleaning house with these awards. We know he's not going to get that last one. It is our fantasy football standings here. AJ sitting up at the top, Maesters of the Midway. What's funny, he's sitting up at the top and just lost in Survivor, sitting at the bottom there. Down here, we got Wesley's Potatoes sitting at the bottom as the only 0-3 team, yet he's sitting at the top of confidence, and then everybody else is jumbled in here. No one can get it together. I got to tell you about a matchup between Nick L., Gio, and John L., and I'm going to flip over here. So here's the situation. You have Nick and Gio, who have Zeke last game that counts for these 2 guys. It's a Sunday night, Chicago Bears versus the Dallas Cowboys. We all stayed up and watched the whole thing, didn't we? Yeah, that was a waste of time. So Nick has the last player going. He has 80.46 points. He is down to John L. at 80.74 points. It is in the 4th quarter. The Cowboys have the ball. It's 31-17. Zeke runs up the middle for 3 yards, putting Nick at 80.76 to 80.74. The game's over, right? A couple kneel downs. Ball game over. Nick wins his matchup. 2-minute warning. Come out, take a knee. Nope. Let's give it to Zeke. Runs up the middle. No gain. Woo! That was close. Let's just end this thing, right, Nick and Gio? All right. 3rd and 7. And it's to Zeke to the left for a -2. That puts Nick and Gio at 80.56 and John L. at 80.74. Flipping back to the PowerPoint. Here you go. Let's throw some arrows in there. There's our matchup. That 2 yards to end the game. Nick and Gio had the lead for the last second, but it was Zeke for -2. And we lost. We could have gone to 3-0. We would have been the Spuds of the week again for sure. But John L. wins. And they're both 2-1. What did one potato say to the other potato? He said, hey, let's check in on the NFL confidence. Check in. Westy's Potatoes takes down week 3, and a tough week for everybody. Most everybody in the 60s, a couple 70s, some 50s in there. I slipped a 66. Westy's Potatoes up at top, and it is by far, with no spreads, extremely tough here. What is going on now? What is this, The Bachelor? Oh, I thought this was in an NFL Week 3 review. Cubs game? Wait a second. Is that Dan on the Cubs game? Right there? Right there? I learned how to do arrows this week. What is Dan on the screen for? Wait a second. That's not The Bachelor. That's B. Willie. B. Willie and Dan. What's going on? Oh, we have our Spuds of the week. Dan and B. Willie taking it down. Scoot aside, Gio in the bleachers. You're not a part of this picture. Dan and B. Willie survived in Survivor. Right up there. Second in confidence for the week. I think they had 75 points. And it came down to Monday Night Fantasy. They came back and won. They were facing the other contender for our stud spud of the week. They were facing Westies Potatoes. It was a close matchup. I tweeted about it. Dan had a guy going. I think it was Ingram, needed 14 or 16 points and got it. This is your NFL Week 3 in review. Enjoy. Peace.
Hey, who wants to have some fun? I do.